We've seen how machines use the sense, think, act loop to process information. Now we're putting that loop on wheels. This is Chapter 9, Self-Driving Vehicles, Robotics, and Smart Machines. Section 02, On the Road, How a Self-Driving Car Sees and Decides. We will map this out in 4 stages. 2.1, Giving a Car Senses. 2.2, Sensor Fusion. 2.3, The Decision Pipeline. And 2.4, The 6 Levels of Driving Automation. Before any computer can safely decide how to steer or when to brake, it needs a precise, reliable picture of the physical world around it. This is Section 2.1, Giving a Car Senses. This top-down view shows a vehicle's cameras, radar, and lidar. Cameras capture color and text to read signs and lane lines, but struggle with fog, glare, and distance. Radar sends radio waves to measure speed and distance in bad weather, but lacks fine detail. LiDAR solves the detail problem by firing millions of rapid pulses of laser light to measure distance and shape. The system times how long laser pulses take to bounce back. Millions of returns accumulate, forming a precise three-dimensional street model. It maps shapes day or night, but LiDAR is expensive and struggles when rain, snow, or fog scatter its lasers. Here is a matrix comparing the three. Cameras excel at color and text, radar at distance and speed in poor conditions, and LiDAR at precise three-dimensional mapping. Every sensor has a unique strength, and every sensor has a distinct blind spot. Relying on a single electronic sense at highway speeds is dangerous. A momentary loss of vision from glare or heavy rain could cause the system to fail. Section 2.2, Sensor Fusion. To eliminate individual blind spots, engineers use a software process called sensor fusion, combining multiple, overlapping data streams into one reliable mathematical model. Looking at this cyclist, we see fusion at work. The camera identifies the object type as a bicycle, the LiDAR plots its exact distance at 12 meters away, and the radar calculates it moving left at 15 kilometers per hour. Sometimes the sensors disagree. A camera might see a clear path, while radar detects a solid object. The system has to weigh the reliability of each sensor in that specific context to decide if it should brake cautiously or keep moving. Sensor fusion keeps the vehicle's perception intact, ensuring that when glare blinds a camera, the radar and LiDAR are already carrying the load. Section 2.3, From Seeing to Doing, the Decision Pipeline. This cyclical flowchart represents the decision pipeline, putting the sense, think, act loop into practice to turn raw fused data into physical movement. First is perceive. The system processes the data to label the live environment, marking lanes, road boundaries, and other vehicles. Next is predict. The car estimates what those labeled objects will do next, tackling the highly difficult task of anticipating the movements of pedestrians and cyclists. Then comes plan. Factoring in its destination and obstacles, the vehicle calculates a safe, legal trajectory. Finally, act. The computer sends physical commands to the steering, accelerator, and brakes. A fraction of a second later, fresh data arrives, and the cycle repeats. The computer executes this loop multiple times per second, but the scope of decisions it is allowed to make depends entirely on the limits set by human engineers. Section 2.4, The 6 Levels of Driving Automation. To separate engineering reality from marketing hype, the industry uses the SAE 0 to 5 scale. This matrix defines exactly how much driving the machine can do and how much responsibility remains with the human. Levels 0 through 2 are driver support systems. Even with features like lane centering and speed control working together, the human driver remains fully in control and responsible for the vehicle. Levels 3 and 4 introduce limited automation. In these stages, the car is genuinely driving itself, but only under specific, strictly mapped conditions, like today's robotaxis operating within geo-fenced city limits. Level 5 requires the car to drive itself anywhere a human could, in any weather, with zero assistance. This level of automation does not exist yet. Automated systems handle routine highway driving remarkably well. The real barrier to Level 5 autonomy is the endless number of rare, strange situations on the road, known as edge cases. Despite optimistic marketing claims, any consumer system you buy today legally and practically requires you to keep your hands ready and eyes on the road. Features sold under names like autopilot or full self-driving are currently Level 2 driver assistance systems. The name does not change the engineering level, and the human remains the driver. You can test this logic yourself. Ask an AI chatbot how a self-driving car should navigate a four-way stop with a pedestrian and another vehicle. Compare its answer against the perceive, predict, and plan pipeline. True autonomy is an immense technical challenge. It requires fusing overlapping sensors, processing data through rapid decision pipelines, and, until the technology reaches level 5, recognizing exactly who is legally behind the wheel.